Welcome guys, this is Ola from Stop Me Old channels. Today we are reacting to It Part 2 trailer. Like, apparently I live under a rock because that trailer was out like 2 weeks ago. I haven't watched it yet. I watched the first one. I watched the first trailer. It was really creepy. I'll have you know that I'm actually a big fan. Like, I'm familiar with both the book and the television movie that was out in the 90s or 80s, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I loved the first one. I absolutely loved the first one, and I can't wait to watch the second one. Apparently it's almost 3 hours long, so you know, the more the better. Yeah, let's watch the trailer and then we'll discuss it.
Something happens to you when you leave this town. The farther away, the hazier it all gets. But me, I never left. I remember all of it.
Which one was it that never left? Was it Mike? Oh, that's...
To the losers?
The Losers Club. Yeah, I remember that well.
I swear. If it isn't dead, if it ever comes back, we'll come back to it.
We didn't stop it.
Pennywise.
The clown. We can't let it happen again.
Hello?
Kid! Kid!
Oh.
Hello. Please.
Now this will be scary as shit, okay?
27 years. I dreamt of you. I craved you. I've missed you.
We need to finish it. For good.
I've seen all of us die. It consumes us from the inside until we don't have a choice anymore.
You lied. And I died. You lied. And I died.
Okay, wow. That's one scary trailer. I bet this will be one scariest movie. Oh, right, so many things to say. It seems like they will actually go back into the clown's history. We will find out who he was. Like, I don't want to spoil the movie, I don't want to spoil the book. There's a whole story behind him, and it was presented in the book. It seems like they will be performing the ritual. I think the name was Chud or Chad. I'm not certain how to pronounce it, but it's like a ritual they have to perform. It has to be all of them, so damn it. I read the book so many years ago. In fact, wait, I have it right here. I have that book right here. This is the one that I read. Yeah, that's pretty old, and it's actually so long that I remember it's 1,200 pages long, so 1,200 pages long. I remember when I finished it, I actually wrote it down in the book, and I actually wrote down that I finished it in 2003. That's a pretty long time ago. So I have watched the television movie in the meantime. There was this movie, but it wasn't that great. Like, it was nothing compared to that book. That's a masterpiece. I can't say I remember like all of these, all of the names. I want to say his name is Mike. Yeah, he's the black guy. He's the only kid out of the Losers Club that actually remained in Derry. So he's the one that actually noticed familiarities, sort of, and called them. And in the book, you can actually read it chapter by chapter, and there are different circumstances in everyone's lives. Like everyone's changed, time has passed, and everyone's different. They grew apart basically. They all find out that they have to go back to Derry, and they all go through like a nightmare of their own pretty much, because it was pretty traumatic. So this is what we're going to see in It Part 2. We're going to see them going back. The book was written in a very specific way, if I remember correctly. These chapters, the grown-up and the kids chapters, they weren't placed in a chronological order. So I think what they changed in the movies, they actually changed that around. They made the first movie about just the kids, and then the second movie about just the adults. But I'm not certain. If I remember correctly, this is what it was in the book. I might be mistaken. This is a pretty great book, but it's a long one, so you might not make it before the actual premiere. From what it seems like, they will be performing the chud or chad, that ritual, so they all have to be there. They all have to go back to Derry. Now I've been reading that the director decided to make some differences to the book. Obviously you have to make some differences if you want to adapt it, if you want to show your own version of the story as well. Some scenes work better in movies, some scenes work better in books. So some of the book chapters, I didn't actually expect them to make it into the movie. Without spoiling it too much, and that's actually not a spoiler, because I don't think they will actually that will actually make it into the movie, the part 2. Yeah, there's the scene in it when the kids, they have to, well, Beverly, the girl, she like has sex with all of them. So that's like an orgy, like she has to. Yeah, that's not suitable for a film. Because it just wouldn't make sense. That's Stephen King's mind. He's pretty messed up. I think we're going to hear about the turtle as well, because I read about the turtle. The turtle is pretty important. Like basically he threw up the entire universe. Just bear with me. This is what happened. Overall, I have to say the casts look fantastic. Like James McAvoy, I think he's perfect as Bill, as grown-up Bill. Jessica Chastain will be fantastic as Beverly. About the other ones, it always felt like it's mainly story about Bill and Beverly in a way. I think they made some really good decisions when it comes to casting. It looks fantastic. It looks really scary, and I can't wait to actually find out more about Pennywise and see how they adapt it, because I read about it, but I really don't remember that much because it's been years. But basically what is happening, Pennywise returns in cycles. There's always a period of time between the clown's comebacks. In the next part, we will go down, underground, under the Derry, and we will face Pennywise. And my god, Pennywise is scary as crap. He always is. And after I finished the book, I was so scared of clowns for such a long time. And I remember back then I was actually in this small house, like a country house outside of the city. I would visit my friend, and I had to go back to my house. It was so damn dark. There was nothing, no light or anything. My god, I was running for my life because I was certain like the clown is right there, and I'm fairly certain this very same thing would happen today. I also read that Mike, so the one that's going to call all the losers and call them back to Derry, they sort of made his story more dramatic in a way, because in the book, and I remember that well, he was just a simple librarian, I believe, and in the movie they're going to make him a junkie. So they want to make him more dramatic. Actually, that's interesting because there was a junkie in Haunting of the Hill House, which was also scary as hell. I can only highly recommend it. But there was a junkie and I really liked him, so maybe this will work for the best. Overall, there were many quite disturbing scenes in the book, even sex-wise. I don't think they will make it into the final version of that movie. I don't think they will make it. But the book material, it's such a long book and there's so many things to include, so I am not surprised at all they made that movie 3 hours long. And from what I read, Stephen King actually loves it. I mean, not that it's any indication because well, Stephen King is famous for not liking Shining, which is a brilliant movie that was based on his book. So, I mean, who doesn't like Shining? Stephen King doesn't, but I'm not worried about that movie because I think it will be bloody brilliant. That trailer was fantastic and really scary. So, yeah, I'm very, very excited and I can't wait. I think they will actually mention the turtle that I mentioned before. The problem with Stephen King's book, like the more you read, the more messed up it sort of becomes. So same with that. That started as a, you know, coming of age story, and then it ended up with some sort of a turtle and like a mysterious creature and all of that. It always comes up in his books, and this is where he loses me, to be honest. There are obviously some characters that will certainly not make it out alive, so I've read at least. I mean, I know which characters die. I don't want to spoil it for you in case you want to watch it or read it, but from what I've read, they would not die in the same way as in the books. There's certainly a certain suicide scene in the book, quite a famous one. I don't think it will actually make it into the final movie from what I've seen based on that trailer. Okay, I think that's pretty much it what I wanted to say. I just want to say that I absolutely love the trailer. It looks bloody brilliant and it looks scary as hell, so I can't wait to watch the actual movie, and I can't wait to show my impressions after I did that soon in a month. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed that video. There are social media links down in the description. Stay safe. This was Ola from Stop Me All channel. Bye.